La puissance coloniale,
a colonial power,
fut-elle quelques décennies en arrière,
even several decades afterwards,
toujours illégitime à prononcer
is always unjustified in pronouncing a judgment on the internal affairs of its former colony, and you know it,
et tout le monde le sait.
and everybody knows it. That statement in January was how the French president justified France's non-intervention in Tunisia. So what's to be made today of its action in Ivory Coast? What to make of the French helicopters that bombarded the Ivorian presidential palace? Of course, the French intervention is in tune with international law and backed by a UN mandate. Besides, the justification for the UN and France alike is once again to protect civilians and foreign nationals, even though it involves military intervention against one particular camp in the Ivory Coast conflict. The situation has evolved somewhat since French forces arrived in the country following an attempted coup against Laurent Gbagbo in 2002. Operation Licorne's mission, independent from that of the UN, though with its backing, was to keep the warring parties apart. This time, amid the tension following the Ivorian presidential election, Paris took a clear stance. Gbagbo should go. When he didn't, Ouattara's supporters demanded international intervention. The clamour became louder after the coalition attacks in Libya, but Libya is not a former French colony. Gbagbo has made the most of the awkward French position. He's accused Paris of plotting against him. This video message is clear enough. But France faced Gbagbo's wrath before Sarkozy. When Jacques Chirac was president, his forces attacked a French airbase. In response, France virtually destroyed the Ivorian Air Force. As if to rub salt in the colonial wound, two veteran French lawyers attacked their own government as they quite literally embraced Gbagbo and his cause. The Ivorian leader was a symbol, said one, of an Africa that doesn't give in. However legitimate's the French backing for Ouattara, despite the inability of the UN or the African Union to take decisive action, what will stick in the minds of many in Africa are the military strikes from Ivory Coast's former colonial power. Paris insists it's backing the right side, although accusations of a massacre by Ouattara's forces may, if proven, leave something of a sour taste.